Alright, so I am back, and today we're going to take a look at the, what's it called? Transformations. Or Transform Mission Disorder figure. Also known as Wildrider from the Stunticon. So here's a look at the artwork on the box. I like the artwork on the box, but again, I would prefer a product image somewhere on it. This slides off and it's just that black matte box. It's very obvious this is a Warbotron company. The figure is very much a Warbotron figure. I don't think they made any real effort hiding the fact that they're truly Warbotron. So now they have 3 company names, I guess. And of course, here's the instruction booklet, which again feels very much like a Warbotron booklet. So here is the car. It is very nice. It's got this nice black sleek to it. It rolls very well. All in all, it's a good looking car. These mirrors, I believe on the earlier test shots of these things, these were actually plastic, and I think they were breaking on people. But now they are this softer plastic, so that is super nice. I would prefer hard plastic, but I can understand if it's something small and it's going to break. I would prefer to be this softer plastic so it doesn't break. Now, before we get into transformation, because there's really nothing else to look at here, this is part of the current giveaway figures. So the way this one works, again, just to clarify, first prize gets this figure. First prize gets the figure. Everyone else that loses is automatically entered into a second drawing. The second drawing will take place after the entire set has been released, and then one person from all those losers will win the entire set, as opposed to just one figure of the set. So you get 2 chances to win as we go. So we're going to be the order. We'll be ordering 2 at a time of each of this particular set, and then, like I said, once everything's all said and done, 5 people will win the individual figures, and then 1 person will win the entire set. So, great chance, great opportunity here for somebody. I think he cleans up fairly well. Obviously you got the robot arms there, you got the gun there, you got the torso there, but the back really looks nice there. I think it works really well. I like this a lot better than I thought I would. So let's get him transformed. Now I've only done this once, so hopefully I don't screw this up. So pull the gun out. That'll come forward. Just a purple gun, a little black tip here. Looks good. I like it. It fits the characters of the Stunticons pretty well, I think. So pull the hood back. We'll just kind of get this out of the way a little bit here. You want to pull these arms out. And then you unpeg the wheels out like this, out like this, fold this down, and then this whole assembly can come out like this, sort of, kind of. Oh, pull this out, and this can come down a little bit easier There we go. Untab it from the back. It'll fold down. Trying to remember how to do this on the fly here. All right. Foot swivels around, folds forward. Fold this little silver piece in like this. This comes up. Wheel goes to the back. Comes down. This piece will fold over, and that tab here will plug in, or that tab here will plug into this hole here. So tab, hole. Just like that. Alright, so let's try this again now that we kind of have a better idea what we're doing. Unplug this section here. Comes down. This folds out. Foot folds around. This will fold around. This comes down like this. Tire folds to the back. Folds down. This will fold in. Tabs into place. Fold the foot out. Extend the heel. Rotate the waist around. And there you have the bottom section done. Top section is a lot simpler. That was the complex part, and that was honestly, it's not too bad. It's very it works with you as you're going. All right, so for the back section here, we want to fold the tires in. And we kind of rotate it around. It's kind of one of those, you clean it up how you want it to look a bit. Alright, so once you get into the back, it'll fold in a little bit nicer, and then it just kind of sits on the back here. I think you can work with it a little bit more. I definitely see why these little mirrors were breaking on people. You know, I mean, it's all right there. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm sure you could work ways to make this thing look a little cleaner on the back. But I'm okay with it the way it is. So pull this out. Pull this out. Like that. Open up the chest. Flip out the head, close the chest back up, and I don't think these really tab in, but they hold pretty well. All right, and then we untab the doors from the forearms, extend the arm out, rotate it around, flip the window in, and then this just kind of sits up here. Do the same thing on this side. Oh, these are on ball joints, so you can pose them how you want to. But I think just leaving them how they are. All right, and there you go. Yeah, I think he looks pretty good. Let's take a quick glance at instructions to make sure we did that backpack right. Okay, did that. Saying fold those in, rotate the window around. There's a little place maybe to tab the tire in. Is this just instructions to the... Oh, that's combined mode instructions. That's not even... Here's robot mode. Let's see here. Yeah, just flip it on the back. Those fold in. Okay, so these pieces here, you can take and fold them in like that. And let's just untab, I guess, and just hinge over like that. And then this just kind of, I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference there. But yeah, that looks like how the instructions have it. So, all right, we'll go with it. All right, let's talk about Poseability. His head is on a, I'm not sure. Maybe a ball joint. So you got the left and right. No real wiggle. A little, yeah, up. A little down. The torso does not tab in all too great. So, you know, just be mindful of that. But it works pretty well for what it is. I think this section here should be reversed. They should have like the slightly rounder or pointed section down at the bottom. I like it when they carve in a spot for Decepticon logos. Shoulder rotates, and then it does have a hinge out, so good range of motion there. Bicep swivel. Let's see here. It's got a double bend elbow, but one of the hinges is for transformation and going back. So you get goes up to there. Again, these things are on a hinge and a ball joint, so you can really get them out of the way. Wrist swivels, hands open and close. Waist swivels. Legs, these pieces here will move up. You get the legs up, all the way back, out. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee, foot has a rocker and a tilt. So pretty good range of motion there on this guy. Open up the hand, and just like a regular Masterpiece figure, you can slot this in. And there he is, ready for combat here. I'm trying to pull up. Here's a animation of the G1, which I think is, you know, I gotta do a mini rant. You know, everyone wants the new figures these days to look like the G1 counterparts, but look at this wonderful, wonderful thing here. That's the G1 Wildrider. I mean, that is just awesome looking, don't you think? And here is an updated Masterpiece style. You know, a lot of the characters in G1, they do have some pretty good animation design. I always thought the Stunticons really lacked in it. Now, this might be taking some cues from IDW. I don't know. I don't read the IDW comics. I don't want to read the IDW comics. I'm tired of hearing about it. Excuse me. Sorry. But I think he does a really good job representing a updated G1 look with only hints of the Neo and a lot more cues from the G1 figure. Or G1 character, I should say. Nothing like the G1 figure. If I were to have a gripe on this figure, it's the door panels on the arms, which, I mean, they've got to go somewhere. And the backpack doesn't clean up doesn't clean up awesome. But at the end of the day, it is an updated figure for Stunticon. He does a pretty good job of that update, and and we haven't even touched on the combined mode aspect of this. I don't like to look at the combined modes until I have it all together. I really don't. But the at the end of the day, there's not like, oh, here's his big combiner port hanging out of his chest, or like some people, or something like that. He's got this clip system here. And that's the only thing I could really see. All in all, I think he's really good. I really like this guy. I think he's great. I've heard things like there's stress marks shown. This one doesn't have any stress marks anywhere. Those squeaky plastic, all the tolerances are great. I mean, it's a very, very well made figure. From this one I have. I have to give this thing... Well, let's go scale first. So, here he is with a Combiner Wars car, just because I have him sitting here. You can see how much bigger he is than that. Here he is with Legends. We'll do the Chug scale first. Obviously, he's not a Chug figure. There he is with the Prime. And a Seeker. I definitely would put this in a Voyager class scale. That's what I would say. And here he is with a Masterpiece car. And the Masterpiece Prime. Having him next to the Masterpiece car, I could say, like, the sculpt work and overall design on this guy is actually a hair superior to this guy. Now they're going for more of the cartoon accurate. These guys are going for a little bit more detail. But I think either one fits in pretty well with current Masterpiece figures. I actually like the look of this guy better than I do Sideswipe, and that I've always loved the Sideswipe. But he doesn't have that finish that Sideswipe has, that nice gloss finish on some of the plastic. But then again, that might be a choice of this is that matte gray onyx slate or obsidian slate color. Looks really nice. And he's got that gloss black finish. So maybe that's just it. Anyway, I think it's a really, really good figure. I have no problems with giving him a 10 out of 10. Yeah, he could clean up a little bit better. But everybody's got, everyone's got kibble. So it's, it's not that bad. And considering, everything, I think he cleans up very well. And again, we still have that combiner aspect to deal with. He's got great posability. Plastic is toleranced very well, like I said. No stress marks, no sprue marks, really, from what I can tell. Maybe those are sprue marks there. Maybe. That's something that's been plaguing current or recent Masterpiece figures, is having the sprue pieces. just all around, I have to say, I think this is a really good offering. I wish that all of their figures were up to this level. Talking about War Patron in general. You'd look at their first release, the Bruticus. The Blast Off was garbage the first go around. They fixed some of it, and then eventually they had to give you a new torso. The Brawl is in this level, aside from the use of his hands, or weapons into his hands. The Swindle was in this level. The Vortex was a near hit. It almost hit this level. Onslaught, not even close. And they had tolerance issues and stress marks across the board, as Skullface would phrase it. Computron to me didn't look good at all, so I didn't even bother buying any of those figures. So, Computron has never been my favorite, so I really have a hard time spending a lot of money on them. Then there was their Devastator, which hasn't been finished yet, and they had issues with Scrapper. I thought he was good figure, more chug in design than Masterpiece. That was just something across the board with that set, and stress marks, and then we get to like Bone Crusher, where it's just like, oh my god, this figure is terrible. I absolutely hated that Bone Crusher with a passion. It killed any aspect or any aspiration of me wanting to finish that set. Now this guy, on the other hand, is great. He's of every figure I've ever gotten from Robotron, I have to give it to him as being the best. I absolutely love this figure. Like I said, this thing is just well designed. We'll see how time holds up and how the line holds up, but I cannot recommend this guy enough. So I'm going to put a link in the description below that'll go to the Facebook page if you're interested in entering the contest. And yeah, if you're not, then buy this guy. I think he would look really good on a Masterpiece shelf. I don't know about combined mode. I want, as I've always said, when I review combiners, I'm reviewing the individual figures first. And I want to focus on the individual figures first. I want them to be so good that you can put them on your shelf without it being like, well, like let's take this guy for example. Well, he's good, but he's not great. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, and he's not great because of the combiner aspects. Actually, this one's pretty good, but poor Breakdown would be a better one to compare. But where it's like the figure's garbage, but in combined mode, well, that's just worse. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. It should be able to be a great figure on its own, not just being like, okay, this is clearly just a limb. And I think this guy is amazing on his own. I think this guy is great. I really, really like it. It makes me have a lot of hope for this company down the line. I can't wait to see the rest of this set. My hopes are high now with this set. I really, really cannot wait. And, if they were to put this level of care into their Devastator, their Devastator would probably be the better Devastator. But yeah, there you go. There is the Transformations Wildrider. Really good figure. Yeah, again, contest, enter it, or if you don't, go buy this figure. I don't care. Do one of the two. Obviously, this won't really work too well for Chug scale, but if you got a Masterpiece scale, I think this would look pretty good on your shelf.